Hello everyone, it is time for another tag. So today I am doing the bookshelf book tag. I thought I already did this tag when I saw Allie over at Hardback Quarter do this tag. I was like, I've done that tag. And then when I looked at my videos, I tried to search for it and I can't find it. Maybe I have done it and I just can't find the video. I'm not sure. But either way, if I did it, we're doing it again. And if I didn't, the first time for this. I said I saw this over at Allie at Hardback Quarters channel. I'll leave the link. I'll leave her link down below as well as to the original tag video and things like that. So let's get into it. We're going to talk all about my bookshelves. So the number one question is, how many bookshelves do you have? And I have two. I have this one right here and I have another one right here. I'll actually pan for you so you can see a little bit of it. Oh, there it is. Number two is, how many books are on your bookshelves, or how many books do you think that you have? I'm gonna say maybe 300 to 400, I think, is a good, accurate description. Maybe 5. I think 500 would be the most. That's just gonna be honest with you. How do I organize my books? Good question. I do love organization. So, let me turn around. For every shelf is very different. So this obviously is like my filming background. So I kind of catered it to that. So I have some of my favorite I have some of my favorite YA contemporaries right here, and I usually do these seasonally. I know, this is gonna sound, you're gonna be like, you are so lame. And I am, but I like it. So it's summer right now, so I'm like, oh, teal. So perhaps in the fall, it'll be like nice red and orange. I know. Over here, I actually just recently changed this. So this did have a lot of YA fantasy, but since my tastes are changing, I decided to put some of my favorite adult fiction books on this shelf. Here is a lot of my favorite YA fantasy and series. Of course, I have to have Harry Potter. Like my other shelves, I have a shelf dedicated to just TBR books. I have a shelf, I do it by genres, I would say, is how I organize it. So I have a shelf that's like YA contemporary, adult contemporary, things like that, more YA fantasy. So big stickler for height. Like I like to have either the same height or at least tallest than going to shortest. That is just how I organize my books and how I like it. I've always liked them that way, but there you go. What is the oldest book on your bookshelf? Be The Fellowship of the Ring by J.R. Tolkien. This is my dad's copy. It's super old, super beat up. He loved this book. What is the newest book on your bookshelf? As of filming, I probably have gotten more books since the time this has gone up, but the book I just got yesterday was the Geography of Lost Things by Jessica Brody. I love this cover. It's beautiful, so that's my newest addition to my shelf. What is the longest book on your bookshelf? I don't know. Let's do some digging, shall we? We're gonna do this. Okay, it could be a Harry Potter book. What's the longest Harry Potter book? Like 800-900 pages? Let's just do some calculations of what I think are pretty long. One of Sarah J. Maas's books is super long, right? What about Queen of Shadows? How many pages do you think this is? This is like 630, not as much as I thought. Let's see, what about Air of Fire? 500. Okay, what about this one? I mean, it's got to be a Harry Potter one, right? It's got to be. This is, oh no, this is a 660. I mean, what about, I know Lord of Shadows was pretty long. I think it's my longest book last year. This is like 700 pages. I want to say it's got to be a Harry Potter book. I mean, it has to be. If it's not, it's probably Lord of Shadows. Sorry, I know. Like I said, this video is going to be all over the place. What is the shortest book on your bookshelf? I think it's probably one of these. Let's see. So this is Lauren Grand's books. I remember thinking it was very short. Yeah, it's like 200 pages. And then Sarah Bareilles' books is, oh my gosh, let's see. Yes, this one's way shorter. This one is only 186 pages. So I'm thinking this is probably the shortest book on my shelf. No! Just kidding. Totally forgot. Harry Potter's gonna come in and win again. These bad boys. So what was Sarah Bareilles? 156. This is 106. So Tales Beyond the Bar. Let's see, Quidditch Through the Ages. Oh! Quidditch Through the Ages wins at a grand total of only 101 pages. So actually the shortest book on my shelf. So Harry Potter, the longest book and the shortest book. Go Harry Potter. What is the predominant genre on your bookshelf? Probably YA contemporary. I mean, let me count how many shelves that are YA contemporary. I have some right here. I have this shelf that it's not full, but it's more than half of YA contemporary. I have another shelf right here that is half full of YA contemporary. I have, I don't know, there's a lot of fantasy on my shelf too though. I look about it. I have, these are all fantasy. This whole shelf down below me, you can see in my hand right here, that's all YA fantasy. I have some more YA fantasy over there. I have some, I thought for sure it might be YA contemporary, but it might be YA fantasy. I think just because of series alone, I think fantasy might win because of that. But if we're going by standalones, for sure, YA contemporary and probably chick lit. Have I ever done a bookshelf tour? Yes, I have. I have done several of them. One for 2017, 2016, 2015. I've done a lot of them. I'll link them down below for you to check out. I will do one this year eventually. It's honestly finding the time. Like, I have to find time where I have multiple hours to film because, you know, these I can be like, okay, my kid can play and stuff or sleep. Find multiple hours for him to do something, or like if I ever have a spare day where my husband can watch him for a while, it just, you know, it'll happen eventually. Go on the random number generator and talk about the book that corresponds with that number. Let's do it. Gotta open it up. I'm just gonna do minimum numbers 1, maximum number I'm gonna go to is, let's say 400. That's what I think that how many books I have. 107 is our correct one. So I'm gonna count, like I said, from all the way over there to here. So be right back. Total random. Didn't think I would ever get this. Streamland by Sarah Dessen. I have a whole stack of Sarah Dessen and that just took up the whole hundreds. This is Dreamland. This is one of her first published books, and I don't love her early-ish published novels. It's about a girl named Caitlin who has fallen in love with this guy named Rogerson, and basically I think it's about an abusive relationship. I haven't read it in such a long time that I definitely need to reread it because it's a very short book. It's only 220 pages, but yeah, I don't think it's one of my favorite Sarah Dessen books, but either way, random number. There you go. Any fan merch or any other decorations on your bookshelf? Yes, I do. So my bookshelves are in my living room, and since that is that way, and I think it would be this way even if I had a whole room dedicated to my library, I like to keep a mixture of books and other things. That's just my taste, honestly. I love doing that. So I have lots of things. I have a camera, I have some shelves, I have a whole Harry Potter merchandise shelf. Good Lord, it's got so many things on it. I've got a lot of prints on my shelf that are on there. I have candles, I have a random bird, because why not? I like keeping kind of decor. I have an old camera, you know? I have lots of things that are on my shelf that I think are just kind of aesthetically pleasing for me. So yeah, to answer that question shortly, yes. Show us your bookshelf. So, insert a picture right here so you can see the full scale of what it looks like. The last question is to tag someone. So I think this tag's been around for a while. I'm not sure. So if you haven't done this tag, do it, because look at me. Thought I did it, but I didn't. So yeah, this was fun talking about my bookshelf. So I didn't show you the whole bookshelf. That's just, I mean, I would have to switch lenses and like get super far back because of my setup. But like I said, I hope the picture justifies that. And I will be doing a bookshelf tour within this year for sure. 2018 is not over yet. I will do a bookshelf tour because it has changed somewhat of how I've organized things. So either way, I hope you enjoyed this tag video and how sporadic and crazy it was, because I guess I'm in one of those moods today. But I hope you enjoyed watching. If you did, be sure to give it a thumbs up, hit subscribe, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.